Let's make egg roll in 4 minutes. This was my first time of making egg roll. I saw this recipe on YouTube and I said I must try it. So in a pot of boiling water, you go in with some egg depending on the quantity of egg roll you want to make. I wanted to make 5. Then within 20 minutes it was ready and I took it off the heat and added it into a bowl of cold water. This will help you to easily peel out the back. So I started peeling it at this point. You see how easily the back is coming off because I added it into cold water. Then after a while, this is how it all looks like, very neat and smooth. Then in a bowl, I went in with some cup of flour. This is 250 ml cup of flour. I went in with 2 of that is 500 ml. Then I sieved that with your flour. You just got to sieve. I added a tablespoon of baking soda. And I also added some salt here. Then I also went in with some nutmeg. You can buy the blended or the one you can grate. Then I went in with some sugar and began to whisk all of that together. If you have powdered milk, you can also add it at this point. Then in another bowl, I broke 2 eggs into another bowl. And I also whisked that together because I needed it to be combined. This is going to serve as my wet ingredient. Then I went in with some flour with some butter into my flour. I think this was where I made mistake. I added a little too much. Then I went in with the egg and a cup of milk. I diluted this milk with some water. Then I began to mix all of that together. At some point, so I went in with more milk. I didn't add all of the milk at once. At some point, I began to mix with my hand, and this is the consistency I have right now after mixing everything behind the screen. Then I covered that with a cloth. I covered it for like 20-25 minutes, I think. Then after a while, this is what I had. At this point, I knew I fucked up because it was supposed to be smoother and easier to work with at this point, but it was still very, very sticky by the time I uncovered it and got it out. So on my surface, I sprinkled some flour and I dropped the flour mixture into the surface so that I can begin to knead it. Then I started kneading it at this point. It was not supposed to be sticky as this anymore, but it was still very sticky because I added a little too much butter. Then I began to divide that into the sizes that I wanted. I had finished kneading at this point. I kneaded for like 10 minutes. Yes. Then I'm dividing that into 5 sizes. I sprinkled my hand with some flour so that the dough wouldn't stick to my hand. Then I began to flatten that with the other palm. After a while, I went in with more flour because it was so sticky on my hand. After a while, I went in with my eggs. Yes, just one of the egg, and I began to roll that together as you can see me do. So it was really so much hard work for me behind this, and it was not as easy as you see it appear on this screen because it was my first time, of course. Then I sprinkled some more flour on it so that I can be able to get it off my fingers. It was becoming so sticky, and this is what I had after molding. So I was able to make 5 dough out of that. Then my oil was hot enough, not too hot, just in between. I began to go in with the egg rolls that I made, and this is the end result. It tasted so good. Would you be trying this?